Husband upset with my behavior at a concert. My husband, 30, and I, 26, went to a concert last weekend, and we've argued about this a couple times since, but haven't seen each other's POV. I love this band, and I have a favorite member. I am not attracted to this person. I just think he's super talented. Want to mention the whole band is in their 50s. I was in the front row and really hoping to get a guitar pick as they will toss a few into the crowd after the show. As the guy was leaving the stage, I shouted his name and made like a praying gesture toward him saying, "Please." He came to the edge of the stage and tossed me the pick, and I caught it. I was jumping up and down saying, "Thank you." He nodded at me and left. That is 100% the extent of our interaction, and my husband witnessed the whole thing. He didn't like it, though. Was super mad? Accused me of bouncing my boobs on purpose for the guy? I do not have much to bounce, lol. It wasn't that just a natural excited reaction. Says the guy had been checking me out and I was attention-seeking. He found my behavior super disrespectful and embarrassing. I didn't do anything at the show besides that except sing and dance a bit like everyone else. It's a metal show. It's not like a really sexy environment, just headbanging or jumping around a little. I just had jeans and a top on, low cut. But like I said, I don't have any cleavage. Was I over the top? Is this like a known weird groupie thing to do at shows, or is he overreacting? Edit for added details. No alcohol involved. Role reversal would not bother me. My husband is not typically jealous, insecure, but I am a pretty low-key and shy person, so he doesn't get much occasion to be. Apart from concerts, I don't go out to bars, clubs, never without him, and I dress pretty modestly. If you really want to know the band message because it's kind of obscure, and I don't want to hide myself further, comments user 1, NTA. We are also metalheads, and my husband would be stoked for me if a band member gave me some memorabilia. It's like a gift from the gods. User 2. My husband and I were on the railing for Fall Out Boy this year, and Pete Wentz winked at me and then threw me a guitar pick, and my husband jumped up and down with me, lol. User 3. I love that your husband fangirled you. This is the correct reaction. User 4. Definitely. This is the only correct reaction. User 5. Just name the band already so I can decide if you're the asshole or not, lol. In all seriousness, some people just don't get it when it comes to concerts and live music. He sounds jealous. Lmao, it's Mr. Bungle. I must know which direction that tips the scales. Lmao. How can your husband not have a thing for Mike Patton? It wasn't even Mike, it was Trevor. I don't have a thing for any of them, though. Not the asshole, but I can't stand the fangirl boy thing either, or anybody who obsesses over somebody else that doesn't care about them or knows they exist. I feel for your husband in that regard, because it would be embarrassing to have your spouse obsessed in any type of way over somebody that isn't you. Whether you think you're right or not, your husband was most definitely turned off by it enough to freak out on you for it. So, I'd maybe take his feelings into consideration instead of asking Reddit because all the people telling you he's an asshole and you right aren't going to fix anything. I can understand that, but in your opinion, having fun at a show and asking for memorabilia and being excited about it is obsession? I can understand if there were other behaviors. I'd be interested to hear what you think. The front row might seem kind of intense, but it cost the same low price as any GA ticket. Did wait in line for a couple hours, but that's not too crazy when you're short, lol. I wear some merch and listen to their music. That's about it. Overall judgment. Husband is overreacting. Update. First, I know that post was validation seeking, but I just needed to know if I was crazy or not for thinking my behavior wasn't out of line. A lot of people brought up points I hadn't thought of regarding why my husband may have reacted the way he did, and I had some conversations that made me think more about other jealous, insecure behaviors my husband displays that I have been accommodating without really thinking about it. So, I decided to have a talk with him. I did not apologize for anything, but validated his feelings about it, reassured him of my lack of any physical or romantic interest in that person and my absolute love and devotion to him. He ended up apologizing for making accusations about my intentions. We had a further discussion about some other behaviors around his jealousy, insecurity, and the root of those feelings, which I will not get into except to say that he took responsibility for them and intends to work on it. We ended up in a good place, and I feel great about things. I know this won't make everyone happy when the range of responses I got was everything from divorce your abuser immediately to stop being a fatherless hoe, but it is what it is. May seem dramatic for a small issue, but as I said, underlying issues, thanks again. Comments. The fact an adult came to Reddit for advice before just speaking to their partner is baffling. I know it's stupid, but we did talk and it didn't go anywhere. We could not see each other's point of view and he was not able to express why he felt the way he did. Asking gave me perspectives I didn't have before, and it was helpful. I understand what you mean though. So, did you compromise you about anything? Or did you manage to get out of this without taking any personal flack at all? The word I'm specifically looking for is compromise. As in, your husband said he would take it easy and work on his insecurity, right? What have you done to better your relationship with him? I want to do more to show him that he is loved and appreciated and that he and our life together excites me, and I let him know that. I should have included that. Thank you for the reply and clarification. You're only right that you should have included it because we readers can only go on the words you give us. If you don't include the words, it doesn't exist for us. I'm glad you and your partner are on a better path. Just food for thought, though. This sort of thing. If my husband isn't okay with that, that's up to him to decide what to do. That's not a healthy language. That's dangerous and shows some subconscious issues of your own that you should address before they become a problem. You need to remember that your husband is your lifeline, and he is just as responsible for your comfort as you are his. If you treat him like that, telling him it's up to him to decide, chances are he will decide. I understand what you're saying with the language, but at some point there's a line, right? I'm not willing to police the way I naturally express joy at a concert when I don't feel my behavior is inappropriate in any way. I'm willing to do my part in addressing the underlying issues of why it makes him feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying I think it will come to that, but at some point, if that's not acceptable for him, he would have to evaluate if I'm the right partner for him. But yeah, that's not where we're at all. We are in a good place. OP comments on this post as regards Mr. Bungle. Hi, I'm OP. No one will probably see this, but just wanted to say thanks for the support here. It's very kind. Also, just to note, maybe obscure is the wrong word, but no one I know knows Mr. Bungle. So many guesses were huge bands like Metallica. I was just trying to put it in perspective that this person isn't like a megastar at all, lol. Also, for people saying they aren't metal, they pretty much exclusively play thrash now. Very much a metal show. Another comment. I'm sorry, but WTF was up with the comments on those posts? People basically told her husband's reaction was partially her fault, and even though he said he would work on his jealousy and insecurity, she should also be compromising. On what was she supposed to compromise? There was literally nothing wrong with her behavior at that concert. Story 2. I am forcing my teenage daughter to go to church. My daughter, 14, told me that she did not believe in God about a year ago. Our family goes to church every Sunday, and she has taken to protesting about wanting to go. It is a family tradition that we all go together, so me and my husband continue to take her to church with us. Mind you, we attend a very nice, judgment-free, liberal sort of church, and nobody there is judging her for her beliefs, but we do ask that she sing the hymns and participate in prayers to be polite. She has come to me and told me that she doesn't like going to church, and that she feels as though we are trying to fix her, even though I have assured her that this is not the case. We let her wear more masculine clothing to church, too, to make her happier, and if there are younger kids present who need to be watched during the service, the church pays her to do it. Our family has always seen attending church to feel closer to one another and to God, and I am worried that it will split the family apart if she stays home from church. I cannot stress enough that we are not forcing our beliefs upon her. We simply want her to participate in a family activity. Comment. I stopped taking my kids when they were teens and said they didn't want to go. We still talk about faith, generally in abstract, specifically my faith, etc., and I'm happy to take them to church, a synagogue, a mosque, temple, etc., if they want to explore. I even have some Wiccan friends who practice regularly in a group and would love them to experience that. I think they are willing to talk because I didn't force them. It's not setting up a fight, just a conversation. I don't get to decide their journeys. So this is the end of the story. Tell me what you think about these stories in the comments section. Like and subscribe for more videos.